I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Don't stare 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything.
Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be comparing the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Textured Shadow Palette to the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Remastered Palette. I'm going to be comparing them. I'm going to be putting the new palette on one eye and the old palette on the other eye. And I don't know, could you guys, before I even say that, like tell if there was a difference in my two eyes? Could you? Could you not? I can tell a difference slightly, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So she came out with these two, with this new palette. She discontinued this one. She remade this one. They're very, very similar. There are a couple of new shades and she got rid of a couple of shades. To me, they do look very, very similar, but she said the new formula is so different. And then this one comes with a mirror. Obviously, she upgraded the packaging, which you're going to see me talk about a little bit later as well. I'm just going to swatch a couple. I don't want to do a ton of swatching. So I want to go in with a couple of the mattes first. So here's Henna from the OG. Okay, one swipe. And this is Henna from the new palette. Okay. So you can see there is a color difference. I'm going to do Flamingo, it's the pink one. This is the original. And now I'm going to take Dollface from the new one and dipping my finger into it. This one definitely feels like more buttery and more improved. So you can see they're slightly different. They kind of work very similar in swatches, but it definitely felt like more buttery and more smooth. 24 karat. That's the true gold. Okay, so first going in with the OG. And then here's 24 karat of the new palette. Here's Trust Fund. This is the original. And you can see it's like very flaky. And then this is Trust Fund for the new one. Just because she claims like it's like so black and so intense, I'm gonna go in with Black Truffle from both of them. And yeah, that looks very intense and pigmented. This is Black Truffle from the original. And here's Black Truffle from the new one. And yeah, that's definitely a lot more intense. So here's a new shade. This is Bubbly. I probably won't be able to swatch as good on this side just because I am right-handed and now I'm doing it with my left hand. So that's Bubbly. It's just kind of a very icy, kind of almost taupey-ish shimmer. Okay, another new one is Pink Diamond, which I love this shade. This is like everybody's favorite shade and for good reason. Risque is supposed to be the new Bossy, but it looks more purpley to me, so I'm going to swatch it. And then I'm going to swatch Moon Dust, since this is now like a foiled shadow instead of a pressed pearl. To me, it's different and it's kind of new. So there's Moon Dust. I'm going to give that one more swatch because my left hand is not as good as my right. There we go. That was better. Alright, so there you have it. These are the newer shades that are not in the original. And then this is the comparison between like some of those shades. OG is on this side, new is on this side. Okay, now I'm going to prime my eyes using my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion in Eden. You can see the difference. I'm sure you've all seen pictures of it and whatnot. Obviously this one has the clear front and you can see the shadows. I actually don't hate that. It just kind of reminded me of a Z palette. And then this one has her like kind of more new packaging where it's got her face and like everything's kind of chrome and it's textured and it just has like the highlight points that are just, they just pop. It's so cool. And then this one also, you open it up and it's got her face right there, the same image on the print, just like it did with the Desert Dust palette. And then it's got a really nice big mirror there, as where when you open this one up, you just open it up. And they're both magnetized, both cardboard. I'd say they're about the same thickness and the exact same size. I don't know, I've seen some girls do one eye with one palette and one eye with the new palette, just to see, since this is so like different, since it's a remastered palette. I think what I'm going to do is on the right side, I'm going to do the new palette, and on the left side, I'll do the old palette. One thing that I noticed right away is that with this one, she took out the color Bay, which is this one right here. It's like the highlighty white matte shade, which for me, I had to have that in a palette. So she took that away with this one. Is it the end of the world for me? No. Is it gonna bug me a little bit? Yes. But she added in some like beautiful, more champagne-y colors, which I love. So can't be too picky, I guess, right? So I'm gonna start off with the color Sandalwood, which in the new one, it's right here. It's in the same spot in the old one. I'm gonna start off with my M573 brush to do so. And I'm just going to use this color switch. It's the one from Ulta Beauty. I'm cleaning it off of the new formula. Now I'm going to go in with the old formula. There's Sandalwood there. But I'm going to use my new mirror. I don't see a ton of difference right off the bat. They both, to me, blended out pretty similarly. I feel like this has got maybe a tad more warmth in it than this one. Deal breaker, no. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my M433. Now I'm gonna go in with the color Henna, and I'm just gonna kind of like deepen up this outer V area with this.
I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware.
Now I'm gonna grab Henna from the older palette, the original, the OG, what do I call it? Textured Shadows palette. So for me, I do feel like I can see more pigmentation on this side. I do feel like it looks a little more rich color-wise than this side, but do they look all that different, like different enough to justify spending $65 again? I can't say yes to that, but this side definitely looks more rich. I'm gonna go in with Man Eater, and I'm gonna deepen up that outer V even more.
Shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near in hopes you chase away my fears.
Now I'm going to grab Man Eater from the original. Okay, again, do I notice a ton of difference? No. I do feel like this side has blended out like more smoothly and seamlessly, and this side I can tell it looks a little more chalky. This side does look more rich than this side, but like from a distance to the average person, are you gonna really be able to tell a difference? Probably not. In fact, I'm gonna go back in with that brush that I used with the old palette, the last, and just kind of try to blend it a little better. That helped some. Definitely more rich, and it definitely took less work to get it to this point than this one did. Now I want to deepen up just a tiny bit more. I'm going to grab some cocoa, just kind of going in with as many colors to build up as I can. I don't think this is going to make a huge difference, but I'm still going to add it.
Almost just took it on the other side. Have it. Could have almost just ruined this whole video.
Okay, it's been switched. Now I'm going to grab cocoa from this one. I don't know, it's hard to explain, you guys. Like, I don't think the average person is going to be able to tell a difference. But to me, this side does look like more rich and more buttery than this side. Is this side bad? No. But this side, I can tell there is an improvement. So, what to do next? I kind of feel like I need to carve out my crease. And just see. I'm trying to use more of the colors that are the same in each palette so that you can see the difference. Obviously there's a couple of shades that are no longer in this one and that she put a new shade in. I do want to do this. I'm going to grab my M504 and first I'm going to go in with Dollface. Holy cow. I don't know if you can see, but look at that pigment. I'm going to tap that off. I just want a tiny bit, and I'm just going to take it right along the end of all of this. And it's not going to be like a huge change, but in the overall look it's just going to kind of give it a little more polish. And I love putting just like a tiny bit of pink there. It just warms it up. Now I'm going to go in with Flamingo from the OG. You can definitely see it still. So now I want to carve out my crease. I'm going to grab this white concealer. It's the Pro Artist Pro HD Longwear. I have seen that the LA Girl concealers, they do have a white one, so it's very similar. Now I've got my cut crease going. Which one am I going to do? Like, I so badly just want to go in with Pink Diamond. But that's not one that is in the OG palette. That's the new one. I'm grabbing my M421 brush. And I'm going to grab Fling, which is like the dark burgundy. She says you can go in with a brush, so we're going to see how it goes. It's like a synthetic flat brush. I don't think it's vibing so well, specifically with this brush or this concealer. Let's try it with the finger. So much better with the finger. And we're gonna go in with Fling from the OG palette. And I know this isn't gonna work right off the bat, but we're just gonna see for science. Oh my gosh, that actually works better than the new palette. The OG. With a brush, people, with a brush. Like, I feel like that looks exactly the same as when I use my finger with the new formula. Okay. We'll just have to see how it goes, people. Okay, so that's with the brush. So let me just try my finger. My finger. That actually made it more intense. I can see this has like more of like a pinkish tone to it. Does that make sense? And this one has more of like a burgundy tone. I'm gonna take the same brush, clean it off. Now I want to go in with the color Rose Gold, and I'm gonna pop it on the inner part of my lid. Wow, this is super soft. Like, I can literally see the eyeshadow moving as my brush is touching it. It's that soft. Oh, and there's like now a crack in it. Point to the right one here. Okay, this one right here, up in the corner. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it, but that's how soft it is. See, that literally, again, is not showing up at all. At all with a brush. I do feel like this is like kind of more of like a, it's not glittery, but it's kind of got more of that flaky texture to it.
It's in the air like a blazing flare.
Okay, now I'm going to go into Rose Gold in the OG palette right here. I'm going to start with the brush and see if that works like Fling did. I feel like Rose Gold in the OG palette is more flaky, so I feel like this one won't work with the brush, but I could be surprised. Yeah, not surprised. That works about the same. They're just so, they just feel so different. Like, and the new one feels like it has like more of like a kind of a holographic iridescent payoff to it. So there is that. There's the completed like eyeshadow lid lick that I'm gonna go for. Now I'm gonna do liner. I'm gonna go in with my M432 brush for this. I'm gonna start with the OG side. And I'm gonna go into Black Truffle. And now I'm gonna go in with Black Truffle from the new palette. Like it just went on kind of smoother and it blended easier. But I do want to try like wetting this little detail brush. I'm going to spritz some Fix Plus into a cap, and then I'm going to take it into this Black Truffle and the new palette. She said you can use it wet or dry. And I just want to see on my hand here. Oh wow. Okay, I am impressed with that. Like super dark, super matte. I'm gonna clean up my eyes now using a Q-tip and some makeup remover. This is like my new favorite thing in the world to do. And I just take it on the side here and trim it up. And I also take it here on the inner corner where I got some of that down, and it just kind of completely finishes it. It gives it that like tape-like look without using tape. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my face, and then I'll come back and do my lower lash line. Alright, so now let's finish up the lower lash line. I'm going to take my R41 brush. I'm going to mix henna with a touch of cocoa and work this onto the lower lash line.
You were the one for me, that's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas, oh you meant the world to me.
And I'll do the same with the OG palette. I'll take henna mixed with a tiny bit of cocoa.
I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care.
And then she says, what is it? One highlighting pressed pearl. I feel like that's bubbly, but for the purpose of keeping it the same, I'm going to do moon dust. So I'm going to pop moon dust onto the inner corner of each eye. So here's moon dust in the new one.
Stormy seas, oh you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you
And now here's moon dust in the old palette.
the pain was over.
It is definitely more pigmented in the new palette. Like there's definitely more foil in this new moon dust than in the old one. Okay, so you guys tell me, which eye do you prefer? Do you think this eye, the new palette, is better, or this eye, the old palette, is better? Let me just look, because I haven't looked up close with the completed look. I don't know, I find pros and cons with both. Okay? Like I'm loving the new moon dust. The old moon dust just doesn't look quite as good. I still love the textured shadows and the way that they performed on this eye. This new rose gold shade, it definitely does have more of like an iridescent to it than like the old one. So I don't know. Pros and cons. Are they different enough though to justify going out and repurchasing the palette? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no because I still feel like to the everyday person, like they look so similar. I went back and forth on if I was actually going to buy it or not. I still love the original palette, and I really like this one as well. It does feel like it is like the big sister, the upgraded version. It's not that different. This one has been discontinued, so those of you who do not have this one, you can get this new one, because this one, it's gone. But am I not going to use this one anymore? No, I'm still going to use this. I actually have a plan for what I'm going to do with this one, and I will still probably use it quite a bit. But yeah, I do feel like this new formula is very nice, and I feel like the color payoff is very similar to this one. So I just feel like she was listening to consumers and trying to upgrade the formula and the palette. I do know that she said like these colors and everything are the colors that she could reach for all the time, and I can see that, and I can see why. So that is it for this video. If you guys liked it, go ahead and give it a big ol' thumbs up. Leave any comments, requests, questions, anything down below. I love to talk to you guys, and subscribe. Join my little crew, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.
Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own.